Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Ninja King, and today we're doing What If Nobita Was a Power Ranger? Yes, this series is coming back and let's do this! I can't wait, I'm excited to read you guys this chapter. Anyways, let's not waste any more time and get on with my channel's intro. The man that Nobita had saved had found out that the kid was actually one of his employees' child. As he looked at Nobita's dad with a smile. As they went into the house, Nobita was kind of surprised. Well, I guess it kind of really is a small world, isn't it, Doraemon? Nobita says to Doraemon as Doraemon just looks at him. I guess so, Nobita. It is really a small world. As then Hollow Tommy comes up. Well, I never expected you to visit him. Even though we technically are doing that as Power Rangers, it's kind of different. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, Tommy, Nobita says to Tommy. But hey, this is gonna be fun now, and hey, my dad may be getting a few promotions. Which his father did get a few promotions. As Nobita sat down next to Doraemon as they kind of discussed the day's events, Doraemon immediately asked, hey, do we even know what your dad/dad does for a living? No, he did tell me the company's name was Arc Industries. Yes, I know. Stark Industries. Deal with it. Arc Industries. Hold on a second. Doraemon then says, that's the company that made me. No, that's the company that makes majority of the technology in the future. What? Both Nobita and Tommy would then say, holy damn, it's like destiny. I know, right? Doraemon then says, it's basically like it's destiny itself. It's weird to think about, Doraemon says, putting down a chair. Okay, so that's something to think about. Hey, it's not really that bad, is it? Nobita would then say. Anyways, as then both of the Power Rangers things glow. Alright, monster attack. Then you see some sort of serpent humanoid monster as it attacked with his sword. Right, let's go, Doraemon. Both of them then go, dealing with the serpentine monster as they finish the battle with their Megazord fight as normal. As they leave out, Tommy would then say, we really need to get more Dragon Rangers. Oh, come on, Tommy, the two of us is more than enough. Nobita would then say, returning. And so would Doraemon. I know you two are strong and everything, but still, we need probably more Rangers. Probably a team of 5, 6, maybe 12 or 11. Where the hell did 11 Power Rangers come from? Oh, that's simple. The Dino Rangers had 11 Power Rangers. Really? Yeah, they were the normal colors, and then there were the extra colors. That's cool. Yep, definitely. Tommy would then say, each Ranger and even Sentai teams in general are kind of unique in a sense. All of them have their own unique abilities and powers. Huh, that's nice. Nobita would then say, looking at his Master Morpher. I was wondering something, Tommy, can I access the other morphers? The other morphers? Yeah, like the other Power Rangers forms, like SPD or Dino Charge or Dino Fury. Even your own, Power Ranger team. As Tommy then smiles at him. Well, that would be Hollow Tommy. In a way, probably in the future if you want to, Nobita. I cannot say for certainty if you can actually access them because I'm as confused as you are. I'm more of a hologram that doesn't know all of the functions of what the Master Morpher is doing. I'm still trying to figure that out myself, Tommy says to Nobita. Understand, so you don't have all of the programming/code in your DNA. Not necessarily, I don't have all the programming/code, but I do have a lot of them, so yeah. Hey, but whatever happens, we're here together, Tommy says to Nobita as Nobita smiles, as they then go to sleep. As the next day arrived, Nobita goes to school and learns that his father did get an actual high good promotion. He smiles at his dad before going away. After he comes back home, he sees a pair of shoes that looks particularly familiar. Win's shoes, Nobita thinks to himself as Tommy would then say, oh, maybe Win came to visit. That's weird, Nobita then says. Remember that him and Win definitely got the separate part. Win went back to her house and Nobita came to his. Maybe she was planning a surprise, Nobita thought to himself. Nobita, one of your friends came today. She said she was Win. I didn't know you had another female friend other than Shizuka. I have more friends, Mom. Nobita said, sighing, as he then goes, seeing Doraemon there as well. Hi, Doraemon. Hi, Nobita. So Win came today? I know. As they walk in, they both would then see Win, as he was reading one of Nobita's mangas. Hi, Win. Oh, hi, Nobita. She says to Nobita with a giggle, as Nobita's heart skipped a beat at the giggle. So what are you doing here? I just thought I can visit my friend. Yeah, that sounds reasonable enough, Nobita says to Win, as he gets up. Hey, I have a place to show you. Wanna come with me? Sure, both Nobita and Doraemon then says. leaving the house, telling the mom that they will be coming. After walking for a bit, they arrive at a forest. Well, weird that we're in a forest of all places, Nobita would then say to Doraemon. Yeah. Hey Win, what's this place? Win would then say, oh, it's here. He says an innocent-looking smile. As he turned, as immediately a portal opens, pushing Nobita and Doraemon back a few feet. This amount of energy! What the hell? Walking out of it would be a blue-looking knight, almost similar to a Power Ranger in a sort of way. His knight armor seems to be looking kind of draconic, as he looks at Nobita and Doraemon. Good job. As then, walking out of the portal would be the Dark Ranger. As immediately Nobita's blood goes cold, even though he hasn't met the man. You can already feel the power coursing through him. The power of the morphing grid, so powerful and something that struggles his body to the core. As the Dark Ranger looks at Nobita, then he says, so, he's the boy. As immediately a holotommy comes out. The Dark Ranger. Wait, he's the Dark Ranger? Nobita would then say, looking at his suit. It kind of reminds him of his for some reason. Nobita immediately says, Doraemon, it's morphin' time. As the both then turn into the Power Ranger form as they look at the Dark Ranger and then look back at Win. How could you win? Doraemon would then say, you betrayed us. Oh, she never did. Immediately tapping it as he turns into a pinker version, slash a much more slender version of what the Blue Knight was wearing. Let's go, Win. Or should I say, Pink Dragon Knight? The Dark Ranger says to the fake Win. Of course. As they walk into the portal. Your God survived today, Nobita. My powers are not as capable. This dimension is rejecting me. Until I can get that damn portal working. He walks away, leaving a cryptic word at Nobita. As Nobita and Doraemon look at the Blue Knight. I'm the Blue Dragon Knight. As he pulls out his sword as he wins his shield, immediately going to Doraemon, kicking him away, sending Doraemon flying. Meanwhile, someone else was watching this. In the shadow, his mouth was gaping as he saw Nobita and Doraemon transform, and saw Win. Then saw two other people coming out. Then saw Win transform. Then had Win saying that she was the fake Win. And then him running away. He didn't know what the shit was and what was going to happen, but he was going to keep his mouth shut as soon as possible. As he ran away. Meanwhile, Doraemon got sent flying back to the city, hitting a car. My car! One of them says, sorry about that. Doraemon would then say getting up. As then Doraemon sees Nobita back there as well, as he was also sent flying. This time landing in a more graceful way. Oh come on, I get sent flying and you managed to make a heroic landing? Well, we all done choice our foot. I was at least expecting that attack. As then comes, Nobita immediately pulls out his dragon sword before blocking the attack. As Doraemon then goes to pulling out his dragon blasters and blasting the guy. As he pulls out one of the stop signs before using it as a cover before going at him. Doraemon then decides to use some of the water out in the area using the pipe as to swat out the water. Yeah! No, Doraemon would burst him. Freeze! As his body gets covered in ice. Good, that's a deal with him, Nobita says before he breaks out of it. What the what? Nobita would then say before covering his fist with fire. As he immediately goes, giving him 1-2-3 combo before he grabs the hand. Oh shit. Nobita says before he gets punched straight into the face, sending him flying across. He gets him flying and then hits the building. Oh boy, that was one hell of a punch, Nobita says as he looks at the guy. The Dragon Knight almost. The Dragon Knight then jumps forward, slamming his sword down. Oh fuck, Nobita then says, jumping away a few just before the ground in the car beneath it just cuts in half. Oh poor car, Nobita then says, looking at the car before pulling out his sword. Immediately stabs it as sparks fly out. Before the Dragon Knight then kicks him in the chest. Doraemon then comes shooting a bunch of blasters at him. Dragon blast! He says, using his ultimate move, sending the guy flying. Alright, I think that's a deal with him. Nobita said. Before, as immediately said that, Nobita and Doraemon can hear rustling. As they both get attacked immediately. Nobita and Doraemon say getting back. Nobita then emits a ginormous flame. Take this! As immediately clapping his hands together before forming a fire arrow. Oh god, this is taking a lot of my energy. Nobita would then say, as the dragon in his head would then say, forming weapons with fire is a lot more harder. Just like how Doraemon, even though he can control all aspects of water, he needs to master them one by one to fully respect them, as then set them flying. Before Doraemon immediately sends a water attack at him as well. Steam erupts from both of the attack before both Nobita and Doraemon start blasting and cutting at the same time. The Dragon Knight then immediately used one of his sword handles before punching Nobita in the gut. As then he slams Nobita's head down to the ground before kicking him in the face. As he gets him flying a few feet before Nobita immediately stabs it to the sword. His visor cracking a bit. For people who think, Power Ranger visors cannot crack, It totally can. For example, Time Force already proved that, the comics already proved that, and a lot more Power Ranger Sentai series already shows that Power Ranger visors can crack and break. More like it's a glass and than anything else than the actual full-on visor. But yeah, it can break. As Nobita then gets up before running at him, pulling out his sword with a super attack. As he slams his sword down, so does the Dragon Knight. You remind me of someone, the Dragon Knight would then say, as he moves Nobita's sword away. Before trying to punch Nobita, Nobita grabs his fist before erupting in flames. Take this! Nobita says, sending a point-blank fireball. Before no hesitating to instant, Nobita moves his hand. Before he pulls down a few fire around him. Eruption! He then says, sending out a bunch of fireballs at him, at least 100. Doraemon would then say, magnificent! As then he forms a few more water spikes that waters around him, before getting his hand flying. Doraemon then realizes that, wait, there's water in the atmosphere. And immediately he moves his hand left and right, before pulling out water around every place, forming a small force of water. As he then turns that into ice, turning that into ice before he sends that, also flying. Take this! Doraemon then says, as the Dragon Knights get stabbed a few times. Pulling them out, Nobita and Doraemon can see that he actually bled. Wait, you're human? Nobita would then say, kind of surprised. He thought this guy was like the snake and the wolf lion guy, slash tiger guy. He didn't expect him to be human. Enough, he would then say, immediately putting his sword and his seal down. Wolf, fine. As immediately the seal that had the mouth of a wolf would open, sending out a powerful blue blast, sending them both flying. God damn it! Nobita then says as he gets sent flying a few feet, and so does Doraemon. As they both try to get up, they're feeling weak and exhausted. This can't be happening, Doraemon would then say to Nobita. Are we really gonna lose like this? No, we're not. Nobita would then say, pulling out the entire city ground. Yeah! Before he then kicks it, causing a lot of debris. Debris being sent at the guy. As the guy's flying, Nobita and Doraemon with sort of combined attack. It creates steam. What should we do now? As immediately both of their hands into grab. Come on, let's go. Nobita was immediately recognized. Rin, no time to explain. Let's go. As he immediately grabs him, taking him to the warehouse. As the smoke clears, the blue Dragon Knight sees this. As it decides, I can explore the whole city. That's gonna take a lot of time. Plus, he looks at his bleeding wounds. I need to get an infirmary. The general must heal me. As he then opens a portal, not by using his power, but a small gem-like device. He cracks it as it then opens a portal back to the Dark Ranger. As he walks in, damage showing in his body. Meanwhile, from a monitor screen, the Dark Ranger was watching this. He clicks his tongue as he looks at it. Whatever, he then says, but it at least proves it. If they can barely handle the Dragon Knights, what are they gonna even do against the general? He says, as Tommy was there. Now, at least I know who the boy is, even though it took a lot of persuasion from you. He says to Tommy, yeah, you fuck yourself. Tommy says, looking at him. As the Dragon Knight looks at him before kicking him away. Oh, God! The Dragon Knight who had just entered had kicked Tommy away. And then said, I'm sorry, my leader. No problem. Take your rest. We will have another match with Nobita sooner than later. Let's see how they can handle our strength in the future. As going away, he wouldn't get up. His cape buzzing into the area as he looks at it. That suit. He then says, so it is similar to mine after all. A smile curls on his lips. As he walks away with his helmet and suit falling up, shadows covering his body, almost not so a silhouette can be shown. The silhouette looks human and adult as well. As he walks into light, immediately transforming, covering his whole body. He just has a smile ready on his face. I wonder if I should give the boy a visit. Maybe not yet. In the future, indeed. Meanwhile, with Doraemon and Nobita, they both demorph, finding their energy. Doraemon pulls out a snack that they eat to always recover their energy as they do it. As they basically look at Rin, Doraemon was ready before Nobita pulls out. Rin, is that you? Rin would nod her head. How did you get to our area? Nobita would then say to Rin, simple, I was watching the news and then saw you guys were fighting people. And by the looks of it, you guys were losing real fast. So I came here as soon as possible on my bike. Where is your bike? It kind of got destroyed in the middle of the fight. Sorry about that. Nobita would then say, I'll pay you back, he says. No need. I can always buy another one. They both sigh a bit, all three of them. So, Dragon Knight, huh? Rin would then say, yep. It was definitely tougher than we ever thought it would be. Jesus Christ. The guy was strong, Nobita would then say. Yeah, he was definitely not like the normal pure monsters and the somewhat humanoid monsters, aliens we fought. Everyone would then say, that guy was actually strong and kicking our butt. Yeah, you guys could even handle one of them. Is he the strongest by any chance? No. One more thing, I felt something in him. As he says, looking at her eyes. You know how my eyes can reveal the truth? Yeah, I saw strings on him. Strings? Nobita would then say. My eyes can reveal a lot of things. When I see strings or chains on someone, it means two things. When it comes to chains, it means they're hiding something or they haven't broken free from their past. Meanwhile, when it comes to strings, well, as he then shows her hand, almost like she's trying to manipulate a puppet. So you're telling me that it's being manipulated as a puppet? I think so. Maybe he doesn't know it, maybe he does, maybe it's brainwashing. It's hard to tell actually. Rain would then say, Nobita would then say, as then Tommy comes out. Well, this definitely proves what I said. We need more Dragon Rangers. Easy for you to say. How are we supposed to find Dragon Rangers? Tommy then points at Rain. What about her? She can be a Dragon Ranger. You sure about that? Rain would then think for a bit. She thinks for a bit before she nods her head, saying to Nobita, as long as you want to, I'll become a Dragon Ranger to protect everyone. Nobita smiles for a bit before he says, I'm not so sure we are ready for this situation. Plus, I'm pretty sure that the Dragon Morpher wants to choose you, as he looks at the Massive Morpher, just like how I did to Doraemon. As he laughs, well, once it finds me worthy, I'll always be ready to join your team. What color do you think I will be? Nobita looks at her hair and her suit. Probably the Black Ranger? Or maybe even the White Ranger. As she then smiles before saying, well, it doesn't matter what Ranger type I become, as long as I can help you in the fight. I will. And I think we should get back now, Doraemon says, realizing the whole lovey-dovey thing currently going on. God, this is gonna mess with the timeline, isn't it? As Doraemon then goes before pulling out an elevator door, as they go in before they arrive to their house. As they do, they basically greet their mom and then go away. As they arrive to the place, he says, so Tommy, do you have any idea how Power Rangers things kind of work? Tommy would then say, don't. Well, isn't that just my freaking luck? Nobita would then say, it's not like this is gonna get another Power Ranger out of nowhere. Meanwhile, in a different place of city, a portal opened. Driving down from it was a hooded man. He seemed to be looking around before his power would then forms, pulling out a very specific looking morpher. It immediately starts to run. I need to find Nobita as soon as possible. We need to stop this as soon as possible. Meanwhile, back at Tommy's world, a bunch of Power Rangers have gotten assembled. This is by Noah, and he has been in charge of gathering other Rangers. AKA, if you don't know who Noah is, Noah was the Blue Megaforce Ranger. As he looks at everyone, we all know that Hexagon has been dismantled for years, but it looks like currently we need to immediately die us. And currently, our current old leader, Tommy Oliver, is missing. He says to the group of Power Rangers, so are you all with me or not? As all of them then cheers. As Noah then looks at Billy, did I do a good job? Billy with a nod. You did a good job. Noah, now go, I'll handle the rest. Billy comes for looking at all of them, copying before he addresses all of them, as he was going to speak. Meanwhile, back in Nobita's place, he was trying to hollow Tommy again. So, if you don't know how the Power Ranger things even work, how am I supposed to get the others? Well, for example, Doraemon was chosen, so we are not even sure what makes these Dragon Morphers even come out. But, can I not just give them other Morphers to use? Maybe Tommy thinks for a bit. I mean, yeah you can, but are you sure you want to do that? Hey, if it is a good thing, it's a good thing. Nobody says with a smile. Plus, being a hero is what I do. Being a good guy is what I want to be. Tommy would smile a bit. You're a good choice for the Power Ranger roles. And again, I did pick the Master Morpher to pick the most righteous amongst humankind. At least of this universe. Seriously, why did you send it across my universe? I don't know, Tommy would then say. Adam me just opened the portal and tossed it in. And it chose itself where it wants to go. So the Master Morpher is sentient. I don't know if it's sentient or not, but it has something in it. Something powerful and very powerful indeed. Oh boy. That's gonna be something else to deal with. Nobita says, sighing to himself. Hopefully things are not gonna be as crazy as it is. As Nobita then falls asleep. And Tom sits himself down. As then, out of nowhere, the Morpher, the Master Morpher starts glowing pink. As a pink ball of energy gets out of it before teleporting away. Meanwhile, in Shizuka's house, she was doing her homework, ready to settle in for the night. As she does, immediately in front of her, a pink-looking dragon morpher would then come out. Shizuka would be confused, grabbing it before a power burst of pink energy goes to her body. As she doesn't know what to do, she grabs her head before going to bed. As she does, a voice would speak to her. It would be a feminine voice, but in a sense of a draconic way. As she looks at a pink dragon. Before the pink dragon smiles. Hello there, pink dragon ranger. What? Sirin says. Suzuka looks at the pink dragon before questioning her feelings. What? The pink dragon then smiles before saying, you have many questions, Dragon Force Ranger Pink. But for now, I'll answer all of them to you as you sleep. Now, go to sleep. Suzuka doesn't even know what to say in this moment, but she realizes the name. Dragon Force Ranger. She remembers a red and a blue Power Ranger, noting the names as the tongue rolls from it. As she realizes that she probably has gotten herself into the role of Super Sentai. As she then goes to bed, thinking to herself, this is gonna be a nightmare in the future, isn't it? She then says to the pink dragon, oh, it definitely is gonna be a nightmare in the future. At least for you, but not that much, is it? Meanwhile, from a different place, the Dark Ranger was once again looking at multiple monster scripts before he yells at one of his generals. The general looks at him. This one seemed to have some sort of futuristic armor slash look to him as he looks at the Dragon Ranger. What is it? Have you found the Black Sun Morpher? No. I'm sorry to say that, Master. Whatever. Make sure you find it as quickly and as soon as possible. Got it, he says to him. Yes, Master, he says before going away. I need that morpher. I need it now. If I cannot get my hand in the Master Morpher, I shall get the Black Sun Morpher. As he then reclines on his seat, as he takes a deep breath before realizing that things are starting to happen faster than he had expected it to be. His master plan is not going to wait for him any time sooner, so he knows what he needs to do. He needs to move a lot faster than he ever would. As a smile creeps up on his face, fine, we'll see what happens. And I'm going to end things up here. Hope you guys like this part, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tell me what other what ifs you want to see in the comments.